Yo, what is up, my Shadow Armies? It is I, Shadow Critias, back again with another MHA What If video. So yes, this is a $70 donation by 212, and this is something that has been on my mind quite a bit, and that is, what if Kage and Jack were, or was, Isekaied in the world of Marvel? Basically, the live-action movie, not the comics. And a few things I wanted to get out of the way. The art who made Jack, I'll have the person's name down below in the description box. I can't remember the user's name at this point, which I honestly don't fucking care. But the name of the artist will be down below in the description box. And the character is made and belong to 212. And I will only cover the 5 movies of the Marvel. The first Avenger, Age of Ultron, Civil War, even though it's basically another The Avengers movie, but basically focus on just Captain America, Infinity War, and Endgame. And I had to do some of my research of the timeline for each of the movies, like, you know, the timeline for each film, like, when did the Age of Ultron take place after the Avengers movie, same goes for Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame, that sort of thing. So basically, I'm trying to think how I want this story to go. How would Kage and Jack will get Isekaied? It is very difficult at this point. So I couldn't think of anything how it will work. I'm just gonna go roll with it. And with out of the way, and also I forgot to mention, I don't know how many parts will be. Might be 2 parts, maybe. Who knows? Depends. But anyway, with out of the way, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. We start off the story where Kage and Jack are on the patrol hunting down this villain who is causing problems in the city, sending people to a different location, basically a teleport. So Kage and Jack trying to find this person, and they did find the person. When they tried to get him, the person basically touched both Kage and Jack and sent them to a different location. Which both Kage and Jack wakes up, because after they got touched, they basically were conscious, wake up, and Kage was like, oh, what the hell? What happened? And Jack's like, it looks like we just got teleported somewhere. And the question is, where? And Kage looks around, it's like, are we in America? New York City? And then they see a beam of blue light aiming from the sky from another building. And Kage was like, what in the world? And then something opened from the sky. And Jack sense kicking in. And Kage would notice by Jack's ears twitching. And few unknown enemies from outer space. Aliens. And this city gets under attack. Like, this was on the news. Jack, can you contact your dad? Or anyone? Jack tries and nothing. It's like they don't exist. He can't sense his dad or anything. Kage is a bit confused. Like, how is that possible? And seeing the damage control, and Kage basically put his 2 pieces together. He recognized those aliens from somewhere. Then it clicks him. Jack, I think this is not our America and our New York City. Jack's like, how can you tell? Well, let's be honest. There's no pro heroes. And Jack's like, now he thought about it, yeah, where are the pro heroes? And there isn't. And realize that, oh wait, did that villain not only could teleport somewhere? And Jack and Kage finish up the sentence, that villain has the ability to isekai someone from another fucking dimension. So that means, what dimension? And they see someone flying like an Iron Man, like a armor suit, all red and gold. Kage was like, wait a minute, am I seeing that correctly? Is that Iron Man? And then it clicks. Oh, we're in the Marvel Universe. Jack would say, wait, one of those movies that you told me about? Yeah, the first Avengers movie. Oh, so, yeah. So that means the Avengers are here, and there are the only superheroes here. So basically, we need to help save these people, get them to somewhere safety, and deal with these deal with these aliens. So that's what Kage and Jag are doing to make sure to get all these people inside the building. And while Kage and Jag is protecting and defending the people and taking out these aliens. And sooner or later, Kage and Jag, after they got everyone in, deal with the enemies, they need to find the Avengers. And they see a ship, a jet, heavy carrier, about to take a crash landing. So Kage and Jag decided to follow that. So that's what they do. And we see Captain America, Falcon, and Black Widow exit out of the ship from their crash. When Captain America said, we need to get to that building. And so basically, they tried to figure out the plan. And until then, both Cap, Hawk, and Black see Bruce Banner arrived. But they also have another coming. Bruce mentioned that we had two people coming our way. So both Hawk, Black Widow, and Captain America are in a position to fight when they saw Kage and Jag. And Kage and Jag was like, whoa. Lower down your weapon, Cap. We're on your side. And Cap's like, kids? Two kids? Why? This ain't no Halloween. Y'all need to get back inside now. Like, and Jack's like, ouch. That's kind of hurt. Like, and Kage was like, look, Cap, we just got here, and we really risk our life to get these people inside with our power. Power? Wait, you don't have superpowers? Well, they call quirk. Well, oh boy, this is gonna get really complicated after this. Look, we may be kids, but we have experience to fight. And these, well, there's a way how to close that portal. And that is the scepter. That is the only way to break through the barrier. And Hawkeye was like, how do you know this? We're from another dimension. Which, oh, okay, another dimension. Of course. Why then? Should not be surprised. But Cap said we'll talk about this later. For now, Stark, we got him. Banner, just like you said. Now tell him to suit up. I'm bringing the party to you. And bringing the huge ass, that big ass creature. And they were like, I don't know if that's a party. Dr. Banner. And then this is time for you to get angry. That is my secret, Cap. I'm always angry. And Bruce Banner turned into the Incredible Hulk, took down the Beast. And now the Avengers are formed, plus Kage and Jack side by side with them. And this is unexpected for Loki. Two new people that he never encountered. So basically, what they're gonna do is what's the plan. Basically, not even the movie, but for Kage and Jack, they decided to, well, aid Cap Black Widow against the enemy, which they allow. And basically, the fight begins like in the movie where Kage and Jack fall alongside with Captain America and Black Widow. Seeing how these two kids fight, with Jack, skillful fighter with his spider webs and his quirk as a rabbit mixed with his power thanks from his dad, and Kage could manipulate shadows and use it at his own will to create anything from his imagination, and a skillful fighter of a hand-to-hand combat. Cap is actually impressed that, yeah, these kids did have the experience to fight. And Cap was like, you both got heart, kids. You say you're from the dimension. Where you guys are from? Japan. Like, really? Like, wow. Far from home. And then basically the fight goes on in the movie, and so basically everything goes out in their favor, but until some of the enemies get the edge, and until the council decided to send a jet to shoot out a missile to destroy New York City, which Iron Man did what he did in the actual movie by sending the missile into space to destroy their cruiser ship to shut down all the enemy fleet. During the battle, Thor actually meets the two new heroes. Gladly, there are some people who are willing to help him to protect the people. So basically, the fight got intense and brutal for Cage and Jack, but they're able to keep up. Captain America is actually impressed of these two kids teaming up together, having each other's back, fighting side by side like a true team. And this was Captain's attention now of these kids' spirits and their hearts, and working side by side as a unit. And so basically, after Tony send the missile to the ship, falling down, Tony Stark being catched by the Hulk, and thanks to Black Widow using the staff to basically get through the barrier and close the portal. So Loki has been captured, and so basically everything goes well and dandy. But not for long. After the capture of Loki, the Avengers plus Nick Fury needs have a word with these two kids came from another dimension. Want to know their story, their history, and their abilities, and their names, so they can look at if their parents somehow exist in this world. Which they told them they look up to their parents, and there's no name or anything based of that. So yeah, they're telling true that they're from another dimension, and they're wondering they're another dimension. They say they're from Japan. So basically, Cage and Jack explain that the world they live from is evolved superhero society where people are born with superhuman powers called quirks, and they have laws and rules of using their powers. Using your powers without a license is against the law, and there are those who are willing to break those against the rules or use their powers to freely what they want for criminals or taking justice in their own hands. Which Cage raised his hand that he's one of those people who take justice in his own hands because he believes that the villains should be wiped out from existence. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Cage is new to the UA thing, so basically his relationship with Sue is not there yet. So that would change in this scenario. So I forgot to mention that. That was on me. So basically, Cage has no connection or bond with Suyu at all yet. But again, that would change in this scenario. I completely forgot to mention that, honestly. So that's one thing I forgot to mention as well. So basically, they wonder what is their power. Cage explained that his core is called shadow manipulation, that he can manipulate any shadows at will and have it under his control. He can absorb shadows and use it as anything from his imagination of a weapon, and his fighting skills is very unique, and he can copy and mimic anyone's fighting skills, from in reality or in fiction reality. So basically, he's a mimic fighter, so to speak. And for Jack, well, he's a bit complicated. And they're wondering, what do you mean, complicated? Jack, if there's a possible way we could share a link of your memories, at everyone at once? Jack thinks something. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if that even possible, but I only can do it one person at a time, but it makes it a lot more easier to everyone to know. So I could try. So basically, Jack tells everyone to grab each other by the arms, eyes closed, and Jack grab their hand, or basically grabbing Nick Fury and Captain America's head as they both grab each other's arms. So Jack can share his memory of his history, his past, his history and his power, what is capable of. So basically, it took like a few minutes, like almost an hour, to understand, Jack's power and his heritage from his father's side. So basically, yeah, after an hour, both the Avengers understand of his power, which I'm not going to get into that. That gets really fucking complicated for me. So basically, yeah, Jack is basically the strongest in his own way, but his father is much more stronger than him. So basically, Jack is kind of like a deity in the Avengers' eye, so to speak. I mean, that would make a lot more sense why they would believe that. So basically, he's still a human, but have the power like anything that a normal human would have. Some even Thor think his power could rival to the gods, quote unquote, which kind of interesting because I think Mr. Arachnid is like what, like universal level or I don't know. I'm not gonna get into the power scaling bullshit, but so basically now they know that yeah, these two kids are from another dimension and they have different world and society, and this is where Nick Fury is wondering. Does the Avengers still exist in their dimension? Kage says no. In our world, y'all are just fictional characters for entertainment. Which that shocked everyone, and Thor kind of be pissed that he's only created to be entertained. So basically, Kage knows all the outcome. And if he told them anything about it, it's, well, y'all won't believe him anyway, so he won't bother. So, if he did tell them about it, they're not going to listen. So, why should he tell them? Like, look, y'all just met us, we don't trust y'all yet, and y'all don't trust us. So, if you wanted to gain our trust, you'll have to earn it. That's what Kage actually is. So basically, they understand and respect that. So, for now, what's going to happen to the kids? Who are they going to live with? So, Hawkeye raised his hand that he could take the kids to his place. So, basically, Kage and Jack are basically living at Hawkeye's place with his family in the countryside away from the city. So basically, that's where Kage and Jack will live until, well, everything goes well for the past year or so, until the Avengers had to form to hunt down every single Hydra, because after Captain America learns about the Shield are basically Hydra, so basically the Avengers, Kage and Jack, are basically hunting down every single member of the Hydra. So, would lead to the 3 years later in 2015, which is the Age of Ultron, which basically made Kage age 20 and for Jack at the age of 18 for the past 3-year time skip. So, before that day comes, Nick Fury made a promise that he will find a way to get these two kids back home as possible. So the question is, they don't know how, and there's a possible way they could create technology to send people back to another dimension. So they could do is just stick around until then. They could help the Avengers to protect the world until they get them back home, which they agreed on this statement. So basically, Since they know the location where the Hydra are at Sokovia, thanks to Kage, who is more useful and skillful of a stealth person. And now they have the staff, which Thor is kind of a bit upset with Kage not to inform them that, yeah, the Hydra had the staff, and Thor could have took the staff, but he didn't. So basically, Kage and Thor had an argument because of it. Like, one, you took the Tesseract, but you didn't took the staff. So that was on you, Thor. You should have thought of that, but you didn't. So that was on you. That was your mistake. So basically, Kage knows the outcome, but he's gonna blame the Avenger for not thought of it. Like, Thor, you literally took Loki and the Tesseract, but you never thought of taking the scepter as well. So that one is on him. So this one is on you. So basically, it's your fault. And basically, Thor doesn't like Kage's attitude, but deep down, Kage is right. So basically, they had to get the Tesseract. Well, not the Tesseract, the staff. And that is where Wanda and her twin brother, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver. But Kage actually tells them, yeah, there are two threats that are working with Hydra that these two survive of the experiment from using the staff. That one, okay, who are they? One of them called Wanda Maximoff and Pietro Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Scarlet Witch ability to evolve dark magic, and Quicksilver is evolved speed. So do not let them get to your head. And well, let's just say it goes out like the actual film. The Avenger got the ass whooped. Jack should have seen it coming, but he did. But thanks to his sense and his good eyesight, basically kicked Quicksilver. But Quicksilver got up and tried to fight back. But Quicksilver know he is no match. So Quicksilver just book it. And Kage comes out of the shower where Iron Man arrives. He's like, guys, please, come on, we gotta talk about this. Good talk. No, it wasn't. So Kage comes out and says, jeez, been hiding in the shadow for too damn long. Like, great done, kid. You did a good job. Yeah. Now, you said that the door is somewhere. Yes, somewhere behind over there. So Kage points at the door, and he's like, Tony was like, please open the door, please open the door, please open the door. A secret door. Yay. So basically, they found the staff, but Tony still get the illusion like the actual film. And Kage is going to have a word with Stark about that. So basically, the Avengers return back to the Avengers Tower of the victory of the staff. And so basically, everything going as well. The Avengers having a party, plus, Kage and Jack are there, but they're not allowed to drink. But Kage does not fucking care. He get drunk any fucking way. Since he's 20 years old, he's a grown-ass adult. Jack, he doesn't drink. He's young. He doesn't want to drink. But Kage doesn't give a fuck. So basically, he's getting a little bit drunk. He's a fan of vodka or alcohol. No, vodka or Jack Daniel. So he's a fan of those. So even though he's a grown adult, he's still getting drunk. He doesn't give a fuck. So basically, the Avengers are just trying to have a good time. And Hawkeye brought up about, it's a trick about Thor's hammer. Whoever's worthy can lift the power of the hammer. Like, everyone tried and failed. Now it's Kage, Jack, and Cap are the last remaining. Kage tried, but nothing. Cap tried a little bit, just like in the movie. He a little bit could lift it. Now it's Jack's turn. So Jack actually tried. He lifted and fall back down to the ground. So Jack tries again one more time, and he got it up. not high, just a bit low, but balancing. So, yeah, Jack is worthy with a hammer, but still need to learn to balance it. So, yeah, Jack is worthy of wielding the hammer because his heart is pure, and until he actually able to get the balance, he got it balanced. So, yeah, Jack is the only one could wield the hammer for long. So Thor is basically shocked that Jack could wield the hammer because how pure-hearted he is. So, yeah, Jack could actually wield the hammer. So, Jack is just having a little fun with the hammer, but he gives back to Thor, and everyone are just stunned. And Jack and Kage is like, yep, saw that coming a mile away. Until they see someone coming out the room. A drone that was damaged, saying, how can you be worthy? You're puppets, Stark, Jarvis. And Kage was like, are you fucking kidding me? Kage turned his head slowly to look at Stark in rage. He told him not to create Ultron when they came back, but he did it anyway. And Kage was like, Stark, I told you not to create Ultron. What are you doing? Like, oh, someone recognized me in the flesh. And so basically, what is Ultron wants? And Kage only said one word, only finished, I can't speak. And answering the question, like, what is the mission? Kage answered, he said, piece of our time. And Ultron's like, bingo. And a few drones that are hacked by Ultron attacking the Avengers, but they are being taken out easily, quickly, and not being, people getting hurt a bit. I mean, there were some did get injured, and Ultron was like, well, that was dramatic. Like, I'm sorry you had to deal with all this involved with all these puppets. Though there is only one path to peace. The Avengers' extinction. And Thor throws his hammer to destroy Ultron. And he thought, yep, it's over. But Kage tells him it's not over. Ultron is hacking other systems from back Sokovia. And so basically, Bruce Banner checking everything, all the research, everything all gone. The scepter is gone. And they talk about he didn't want us dead. Talk about extinction. And basically, mentioned that he wants to kill someone. Yeah, there is one. And pull out Jarvis. And Tony and Kage is livid. But before Kage goes to Stark, Thor beats him to it. And Kage was like, I warned you not to create Ultron, you imbecile. And Cap was like, Thor, let him go. And Kage, what do you mean he shouldn't create an Ultron? Ultron is the start of the breaking point of the fall of the Avengers. What do you mean? The Avengers will have to face the crime of the action that y'all committed. The Sokovia will be the breaking point of the Avengers. In what way? The government will give us a contract to sign to be under the government's control. And because of Stark creating it, the Sokovia will face punishment for it. So, I hope you did yourself a well done, Stark. You literally caused a destruction of Sokovia. And now we have to deal with this. And it's getting worse. And yeah, it is bad. So basically, the Avengers have to hunt down Ultron. And basically, everything goes down in the film. Everything plays out. Kage gives, well, how do I put this? Everything goes out like the actual movie. Just Kage and Jack just involve a bit. So basically, Does Kage gets hit with a hypnotize an illusion from Scarlet Witch? Yes. Does Jack? No. Same goes for Hawkeye. He doesn't get an illusion as well. So everything goes out badly. Now it's up to Jack and Stark to deal with Berserk Outbreak Hulk. So we have a Hulkbuster and Jack Hardy against the Hulk. You would think Jack would actually put up a good fight against Hulk. Oh, trust me, I think Jack would. But they managed to take out the Hulk, make him step out of it, and now they need to find a place to lay low, which is Hawkeye's home. So basically everything goes out as well, trying to rewind, recover, so on and so on. And Jack and Kage have a little bit of talk, and Jack is wondering what did he see when he was eluded in illusion by Scarlet Witch. Kage tells him that he saw it. He saw that he finally killed his father. The vision that I always wanted. To kill my father and break the cycle of no villains, no pro-heroes, only nothing but peace. And Jack wants to see it for himself. So he touched Cage's head and see it for himself. Since Kage remembered the whole detail, so Jack saw it all. A world where there's no villains, less heroes, and also the vision we finally killed his father in a brutal way, shape, and form. Jack is shaking and felt terrified, and even though it's not real, but Kage always wanted it. He wanted to kill his father. And the fact that the world without no villains, less heroes, that is something that Kage wanted. And then until they learn about something, what is Ultron is doing, he's going after for the Vault. And Kage actually explained there is something y'all need to know about the staff. And they was like, oh great, something that you didn't want to tell us? Well, to be honest, Stark broke the trust, so it's might as well time to tell you. There is a stone gem inside the scepter. Inside the blue gem is a Infinity Stone, the Mind Stone. One out of the 6 Infinity Stone with a massive, incredible powers. And the scepter that Ultron has is the Infinity Stone. The Mind Stone, yes, the powerful one. Not the powerful one, there's more. And you said there's 6. And what are they? There's the Time Stone. Rewind and re-forward of the time. You have the Reality Stone. Could create anything based into reality. You have the Power Stone. One of the most powerful gem of all. A power that is dangerous to use. And anyone touch it, you get vaporized. Only a strong will and mind to control it. And of course, there's a Mind Stone, like I mentioned before. And there is the Soul. There is a Soul Stone. But the Soul Stone is difficult to get. The only way to have the Soul Stone is to sacrifice your life or sacrifice someone to able to get the Soul Stone. And the Space Stone. The Space Stone that opened the portal 3 years ago, it was inside the Tesseract. Yes, inside the Tesseract there's an Infinity Stone gem of the Space Stone that Thor took back to Argus. So, Asgard, whatever. So, yeah. So basically there's someone is out there is about to collect them all as we speak. And this person is Thanos. Thanos? The one that Loki leads those alien forces. There were armies by Thanos himself. He's after those stones. And if he gets his hands on the stones, then what? he could use it to do anything he wants. His goal and plan is to destroy half of the population, not just this Earth, but the entire universe, because he believed destroy every single half of the population will make the world better. And to be honest, he's not wrong. I know that's kind of dark for me to say, but he's not wrong. But I can't say anymore. If he get his hands, it's over. So basically, they know about Thanos, know about what his plan, thanks to Kage informing them about this, and they don't know when he's going to arrive. So they still need to be prepared. The Battle of Sokovia plays out the usual. Vision still be created, and Kage is basically started to grow, understanding the twins, so to speak, for understanding that they didn't ask for this, they didn't want this life, but they chose because they wanted revenge on Stark, but they realized they were on the wrong side. And so basically the Battle of Sokovia plays out as usual, but in this scenario, when Ultron got sent flying because of the Hulk, Kage told Jack to go after him and finish him off, because he's about to plan oh my god, I can speak. He is about to plan to take the ship and gunning down everyone. So stop him. And Jack, without hesitation, going after and finishing the job. Basically killing Ultron before he gets a chance. Which means Hulk doesn't leave another planet. Who else? And Quicksilver doesn't die. So that means Scarlet Witch doesn't have that outburst like she did. So after the fall of Sokovia, the defeat of Ultron, thanks to Vision, everything goes as well. It's just Hulk didn't leave. Quicksilver didn't die. So basically, after the Avengers going their separate ways, where Captain America and Black Widow decided to train the new Avengers. Well, the new members of the Avengers. War Machine, Falcon, Vision, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Jack, aka Ronan, and Jack. So basically, for the past a year, Kage decided to help out Scarlet Witch to how to able to control her powers and understand her magic. Since she never had anyone to teach her or train her how to use it properly, so Kage is basically teaching her how to use it properly. So basically, Kage and Scarlet Witch started to grow more closer than ever. Basically became friends, so to speak, but there's a closer bond for both of them. Scarlet Witch actually appreciated for Kage for helping her how to use her power properly and how to control. She doesn't know how to, she hasn't mastered yet, but it's a slow burner, work in progress, so to speak. And Quicksilver actually is appreciate to Kage for helping his little sister to control and understand her power and try to master it. So Quicksilver is starting to grow more on Kage as well. Same goes for his cousin Jack. And the fact that Kage and Jack are cousins, even though they're not blood related, but they're cousin nonetheless. So yeah, I never can see Jack and Quicksilver would get along, honestly. So basically, Scarlet Witch would have no connection or bond with Vision. So her connection and bond with Kage will be different. So basically, everything was goes well until the year later of the Civil War. So basically, I'm going to end this part here since I covered the Avengers and the Age of Ultron. So like I said, this might be, the next part might be the last. Who knows? I might do third part. Like, I don't know. We just have to wait and see. But yeah, so basically Kage is training Scarlet Witch to help her to understand her power and how to use it right and not let it consume her. Because Kage actually tells Scarlet Witch about her actual fate, everything about, yeah, after the death of your brother, you completely lost it, basically telling Scarlet Witch of her future. And Scarlet Witch is terrified, and Kage is willing to help her, to teach her and help her to control and understand her power and master it, to have it under control. Which Scarlet Witch actually is grateful and helpful for that. So that's basically changed a lot. And since her brother didn't die, that never happened. So Kage basically changed the events of the fate of Scarlet Witch future. So yeah, that's what we're going to end this part here. Next one would be the final part, or maybe the third one. I don't know. We just have to wait and see. And I know I'm kind of a little bit rushed here and there because there's really not much to go over. And you know how it is. So the next part will cover the Civil War towards the end game, probably. We just have to wait and see. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channel, my social media, will be down below the description box. You can know the drill. Links to my Cash App, PayPal, Ko-fi will be down below the description box and in my bio if you guys want to donate to support the channel. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before Shadow Critias, and I'll see you guys later.